Good morning people, today we are going to be reviewing this, and this is another pH neutral snow foam, but this time it is from the lovely people at Glanz. Now I do apologise if I pronounce this incorrectly because I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, so I'm not sure if it's Piste or Piste or Piste, you know, I'm not really sure. But regardless, we are going to be reviewing this, and this I did buy from the Glanz website for the price of £9.95. If you do want to buy that on your own, you will have to pay postage and packaging, which would then be £3.95. But then if you do purchase a few things over £40, P&P is included. So, that being said, let's get on with the video. So something I do want to say straight off the bat is, now Glanz, haven't got a problem with the name. Name sounds cool. But I do think it sounds very similar to this. Obviously, everyone knows what this brand is, so I'm not sure if that's a marketing technique. So, you know, if you Googled Autoglym, you then might end up on this one. But yeah, not really a problem, but I do find it funny that you'd have such a similar name, although I do accept it's car cleaning and auto is probably used in a lot. But yeah, I'm just saying. Something that is a nice little touch. I know it doesn't look very pretty, but they have taped up the lid just to stop it from leaking while it's in transit, which is pretty nice. And then look, if we grab here and we peel this back like it says, look, you've got all the instructions in another language. So as I said in my previous video, trying to aim at an international clientele, which I like. Obviously, to begin with, you're going to grab your Snow Foam Lance bottle. So for this reason, I will be using this for the actual video because it's a good lance. But something I want to show you. On the sides, look, I've got 100ml, 200ml, 300ml, 400ml, and then it goes all the way up. I've also got the same on the Auto Finesse lance. 250ml, 500ml, 750ml, albeit this is a much better design because the bottle is see-through. But if we look at the instructions on the back, now, this is what I mean. I don't understand why manufacturers do this. It says apply 1 to 2 inches to a 1 litre lance. Yeah, look, it says that right there. So, okay, let's say I want to do 2 inches. I'm going to do 2 inches and only fill the bottles up 1 litre. If I grab the MJJC one and I do 2 inches, on this one, that is 350 millilitres. So I would only have 350 millilitres inside here. Now, if we do the exact same thing with the Auto Finesse bottle, 2 inches on this bottle is about just over 500. It's just above the it's probably about where this line is actually. It's about 520, 530 millilitres. So then if you filled this up, you'd be using 500 millilitres of product, and in this one, 300 millilitres of product. So I don't really understand why they say that. Why don't they just give you a millilitres and say 300 of this, 700 water? So I never really like those sort of instructions. But as I said, for this video, I am going to be using this foam lance because I like it. And I'm going to do, you know, probably 2 variants. I will do a low concentration and a very high concentration just to see how foamy we can get it. Although I will accept Glanz do make their own snow foam lance. So I'm presuming then it would be 2 inches inside this lance. But then like this, I don't have a Glanz lance. I have to use the MJJC one. So anyway, let's fill up the bottle. I just realised that there's actually a problem with that if I want to do that, because I won't have enough to do it twice with 1 litre because it's around 300ml and I've only got 500ml. So for my video, for the first one, I've got 600ml of water and then 200ml of this. For the second video, I will have 100 less of water, 100 more of this. So that is how I'm going to do my concentration. But I'll tell you what, that's actually not very good because this is £10, right? And in any lance, as you just saw, you're probably going to do 300ml because this is actually one of the skinnier bottom ones. So you're going to use 300ml. So then that would mean even if you scrimp this to 250 millilitres, for £10 you only get so for £10 you only get 2 washes. So it will cost you £5 to just snow foam your car once. So that's not very good value for money. Obviously there's larger sizes, but for the 500ml one, that's not very good. But anyway, let's fill up the lance. It smells really like chemically, but anyway, here's me adding 200ml of product. So let's go out to the car and see if it's any good. So today we're going to be cleaning the Civic, and before I start, I'm using a Karcher K4 with an MJJC foam cannon SV3 lance, an MJJC trigger gun, and I did get this blue hose off Amazon. I will put all the links in the description below, and I have to tell people now, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, or don't, it's up to you, I don't mind. But anyway, let's see how good this is on 200ml of snow foam, I believe. Do you know what? That's pretty good actually. I like that. That's a nice. And as I said with the smell, it's just clean. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell bad. It just smells chemically clean, if that makes sense. That is it's a thick foam actually. It's a nice thick foam. The issue is with it's so thick, it's popped itself off. Do you know what though? That's really good. Oh, I forgot to say, with this trigger gun, you have this attachment, so I can change the spread to like powerful or like a wide head. Just to show you, that's what I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer, even though I forgot my phone over here. So I'll add 10 seconds to it. It's around about 2 minutes and 45 seconds if I add the 10 from the start. And it's starting to get a lot more runny. I'll tell you what, it goes on the car really well. Like, it's a really good foam up as soon as you put it on, but then after only about 30 seconds it really does start to come off. It's still pretty good though. That's still a solid effort. I'm not knocking it at all. But now I'm going to put even more in the lance and we'll see how thick we can really make it. So this time inside the lance I have got 400 millilitres of water, and I'm going to add 300 millilitres of the snow foam, and hopefully we're going to get a nice thicker foam up. So 300 ml going inside the lance. So we've got a lot more green going on in there. Give it a good mix up. Right, let's go back outside and see if it's any better. So the car is now pretty much dry where the sun's come out. English weather is really weird, isn't it? So right, slightly high concentration. Now let's see how well this goes. I'll tell you what, it does really well. It gets a really nice thick layer straight on there. Like, it really does bulk on it really well. A thicker finger on that. Car is dry by the way, so it will be sticking to it slightly better. But look, if I shake, it struggles to come off. This is decent snow foam actually. I like the way it sticks to the car. I like it. And it smells fine as well. There's nothing wrong with the smell, just smells clean. I like it. It does come out hella thick, but obviously due to its weight it does slide off pretty easily. But it is nice and thick. So let's time it and see how long we can make it stay on the car for. So I'll add 10 seconds, but there we go. So we're at 3 minutes now, and as you can see, most of it has actually come off. I mean, you've still got bits of it that's still pretty thick. It's a solid effort. I have used better, but it is a solid effort, and I actually think it's pretty decent. So I'm going to clean the car. I'm only going to be using the snow foam to clean the car. I know that annoys some people because they'll say, oh, you don't need to touch the car, yada yada yada, but it's my video, I can do what I want. So I'm going to wash the car. I'll see if it's any good at cleaning. So there we go, we now have a nice clean Civic. And as I said, I know it upsets people when I use a snow foam as my shampoo, but it's my video and it always works for me, so there we go. And the car looks pretty spanking clean, to be fair, so I think the snow foam done a pretty good job. So let's go inside and conclude this video. Right then, what are my final thoughts of the Glanz snow foam? Do you know what? I actually like it. I like the way it came out of the lance. It was nice and thick on the car, albeit it did drop off quite quickly. I like the way it smelt, wasn't too chemically, and I thought it cleaned really well. So I think the product itself is pretty good. But the only downside I have is that it is quite expensive. Now, as you saw, this was £10 just for this. And as we saw, you can only get 2 washes from this. So then let's say you go for the 1 litre option. 1 litre of this will cost you £14. Plus postage and packaging, you're looking at £18 for a 1 litre bottle. But then if you go onto the Autoglint one, you can get 2.5 litres of this for £16. And then for the Halfords Advanced one, which is good snow foam, that's only £11. And it's on a deal at the moment, but it's £11 for 2.5 litres. So that is my issue with it. This is decent snow foam, but it does work out quite expensive, especially for that litre bottle. You'd only get 3, pushing 4 snow foam uses out of it. So yeah, that's my final conclusion. Good stuff, but quite expensive. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.